Hello everyone, in this video I'm going to be opening the Nintendo Switch OLED model Pokémon Scarlet and Violet edition. I collect Nintendo consoles, I collect Pokémon consoles, so it would have been rude not to. So, first things first, we have, again, very small box. The Switches have been coming in a lot smaller boxes, which we like to see to reduce on the waste. And it is a very, very pretty, well, picture on the box. Very eye-popping if you'd see this on a store shelf. And then you have all that boring information. I can't get my camera back any further. I did try, but the stand I used didn't want to know. So it says what you get in the box. And then on the back you have some pictures more in depth of what they look like. The Joy-Cons, the stand, what it looks like on the back. And the docks. The dock? Not the docks. There's only one dock. So inside you get the OLED, the dock, well, and the stands on it. Oh, I guess that's just the difference, really. But yeah, very nice attention to detail on the box. Big on Nintendo on the bottom. And your barcode, which shows your serial number. So, let's get right into it. That's cute. First things first, you got that Sprigatito on there? You got a little Sprigatito. Oh, I am Team Fuecoco myself. Oh, and there's Fuecoco there. Ooh, okay, I've opened it upside down. That was amazingly clever. So I'm kind of winging this opening. I do apologise. So what you got to do to start, like plug it in to charge it, put your Joy-Cons on. All the same old, okay. First thing you see is the Joy-Cons and your screen. So, we have beautiful orange and purple Joy-Cons, which I do not believe will be made available separately. And on the back you see a Fuecoco and Sprigatito there. Super, super cute. And purple. Purple's my favourite colour. So, very, very pretty Joy-Cons. Indeed, on the back you got Fuecoco and Sprigatito on the back of that one. So yeah, very, very cute. And then you have the OLED screen with the beautiful, oh, look at that. Isn't that just absolutely stunning? That back faceplate. I've had a few people say to me online, oh, it's just a theme dock. It's like, no, it's not just the dock. Just like the Let's Go Switch. And this is a lot of detail on the back. Big fan. Very, very, very cute. So let's put the Joy-Cons in, because I don't like getting my fingers all over the screen. I had completely forgotten to buy a screen protector for this thing, because I do like to keep them in pristine condition. So yeah, if you don't know the OLED, this is the button placement. You've got the small power button there, the volume buttons, space for the fan, the headphone jack, the game card goes in here. Careful not to wreck my nails, but that's where the game card goes. And on the bottom is where the charging thing is. And one of the best things about the OLED model is the kickstand. Much, much better than the original model. Just no fixed point. You can have it to the angle that suits you. And the only thing I do dislike about it is the micro SD is there. Now I'm afraid of losing micro SD, so not super comfortable about the micro SD placement. But I'm not someone who usually undocks my Switch anyway and would have the stand up. So, and if I do have it undocked, it would usually be in handheld. So yeah, that is. God, you can already see like such big screen. And And I will be comparing to the other Switch models a little later on in this video. Let's start with the boring stuff. You've got the charger and your HDMI cable. No, that's still the charger. You know, I'm never ever going to be able to get all this back in, am I? Because I'm going to have to pack away my old OLED. I should have got my old OLED out for this video. And you have the Joy-Con grip. Now, I do think it's a little interesting that I think these are always black. I don't remember off the top of my head a special edition Switch where these are not black. And considering that the dock is white and, you know, the whole purple and orange theming of things, I don't know. It would have been nice to have this themed. I never used them myself, so I'll be popping this straight back in because I do not need it. And wondering how on earth it was all in here in the first place. And I'm knocking everything over on my desk. Fantastic. And so we have in here the dock. Now this is going to be beautiful right here. Okay, so we have, oh, I didn't know that. So this is this side. We'll start with the back. I did not know about that little Pokeball there. That's adorable. And so you take the back panel off. It doesn't slide off or anything. You just lift it off. And then that's where the AC goes. Try and show you. And then that's where the HDMI goes, and that is where your LAN goes, which people who play fighting games, or I would heavily recommend a wired internet connection any day if that is possible to you. I still do have the Hori LAN adapter for my old Switch model, which takes up one of the USB ports. So we've got 2 USB ports here, which is fine, to be honest. Plug your USB charger in there for Pro Controller or a USB controller. But yeah, having the LAN slot, if you are serious about any kind of online gaming, definitely something I would recommend picking up an OLED model for, because that is very useful. And then you can put all the wires nicely behind there and they come out there in that little gap, which is very handy. And there it is. There is the mascot legendaries of Scarlet and Violet. Very, very cool. It is a shiny, it's not printed, it's like a glossy finish. You see it shining there in the sunlight, but it's got a glossy finish, a rubber finger on it. It's not bumpy, it's not matte. That's not going anywhere. So yeah, that's very nicely done. And here you see a little light. That's when you're going to know if your console is on, which is very useful. And again, the 2 USBs there. And then that's the bottom, which will have your serial code on it and all the safety information, which is very good. Inside, it does appear to be little stoppers to stop it to attempt to stop it rubbing. Please take care of your Switch consoles, but there does feel to be tiny little rubber things just on the inside to try and stop scratching, I assume. But yeah, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful dock. Again, white, so matches my other OLED console. So yeah, that is very, very cool. And that is all that's in the box. So I'm just going to put that out of my way. Okay. Lots and lots of packaging here now. So just quickly pop that in so you can see what it looks like. Ta-da! It's just a Switch in a dock. But still, if you want to know what it looks like, that's what you'll be seeing underneath your TV or computer monitor. So yeah, very, very cool. Right, I think it's time that we compare this with the other models. Okay, in front of me you can see the Switch Lite, the Nintendo Switch, and the Nintendo Switch OLED edition. These are all Pokemon edition consoles, so they may average in retail about £10 to £20 in the UK, more expensive than what a non-themed edition Switch looks like. I believe this one cost me about £320. This one, I think Switch is around £250 and about £200 for a Switch Lite. So that's your kind of price range. Now, obviously the difference is the Switch Lite here, very, very small, lovely, handheld, perfect starter console, perfect for kids. And just quickly show off the back because it's very, very cool. You can't really see that, but I love this Switch Lite. And yeah, they are a lot smaller. The size of the Switch and the OLED are exactly the same. No size difference there. And the Joy-Cons will work regardless. Don't forget to update your Joy-Cons because they also need updating. A lot of people do forget that. But the Switch Lite is a lot smaller, and obviously it's an affordable option. And for those who don't need the TV, the dock, it is perfect way to get your Switch gaming. Obviously you cannot take off Joy-Cons or anything, but you can pair Joy-Cons separately so you can still use them. And obviously here is the OG. Had a lot of good times with my Let's Go Switch, and you can see on the back, these I have seen people, these can come off. I don't know how, but when it gets a little bit hot, they can come off. So if I just show you the back of the consoles as well, which I think is very important. There is no kickstand on the Lite. On the original model, you have this tiny little kickstand here, and the SD card goes in under that, which I do not have one in there anymore. And then the kickstand on the OLED does that. It's a lot more impressive. This is terrifying. I know so many people and I've seen these break so many times online. So yeah, that's if you're a kickstand fan, if you like playing handheld, definitely the OLED should be on your radar. Bigger screen, and the kickstand's a lot better. But obviously, if you're not bothered about the handheld and having a dock, if you're not bothered about having a dock and just want to play handheld, and the Switch Lite is definitely a valid, affordable option, and it's quite a lot smaller. It's like a Joy-Con smaller, so that's definitely something to keep in mind. See, I almost broke that. It just feels really flimsy. It scares me. So yeah, there's not that many differences between them, to be fair. It is a very hard sell to upgrade to an OLED model from the original Switch model. Now, I know a lot of people whose launch day Switches, their batteries don't do so great anymore in handheld. I'm predominantly a docked player, so I never experienced that problem myself. I do play the occasional game in handheld, so the bigger, brighter screen, big thumbs up. And as someone who plays a lot of online games, I now play Pokémon Unite, and you don't want lag in games where timing is everything, or fighting games like Pokémon Tournament. So having the option to have the LAN port is really, really useful if you play a lot of online games. And obviously, in this instance, we have a Pokemon console. So if you're a big Pokemon fan, that's another tick box for you there as well. And which I'm sure most of you know, I'm a huge Pokemon fan, and I collect Pokemon consoles, so this is a no-brainer. And obviously, if you have a Nintendo Switch OLED model already and you are a Pokemon fan and you want this one and you find it hard to justify, I completely understand. It looks really, really cool. The only advice I can give is some places do let you trade in your Nintendo Switch and you've got like a week or whatever to trade it back in after you've done your console transfer and stuff over to this one. Trade in your OLED towards this one. So there are trade-in options available if you did want to upgrade. But aesthetically, I think this one is beautiful. If you are not an OLED owner already and a Pokemon fan, sure, go for it. But you know, it's not cheap. It was like £320, which is a lot of money. And you know, there are plenty options in the Switch family to fit a budget. But yes, I definitely do recommend it. Just look at that. It's a shame it's going to be in the dock and I'm not going to get to see this often, because this is absolutely beautiful, like much beautiful than that, which you can't really see. And that was very basic. So I do have the Diamond and Pearl one as well, but I wanted a lighter console here. But yeah, I'm going to stop rambling and just, oh, beautiful. And I guess I've got a console to go and system transfer. Let me know in the comments what you think of the new Pokemon Scarlet Violet Nintendo Switch OLED model. And if you are going to trade in your old Switch, pick one up if you think it's worth the upgrade. Very keen to know what you think of it. And as always, if you have liked this video, press the like button, share with your friends, and if you haven't already, press the subscribe button for more Pokemon videos. And I'll see you guys next time.